good technical performance by Edwards. And again, it's all over.
With that big straight right look, he gives it. Oh!
He is caught. I mean, that is aimed at
In the blue, Seth Basinski. He is in the one with red.
Leon Edwards is arguably the most underrated UFC champion who proved the doubters wrong over and over again. His friends at school gave him the nickname Rocky, and he lived up to his nickname in the fight against the welterweight king Kamaru Usman, when he brutally knocked the Nigerian out and became the welterweight champion. We'll look at who Leon Edwards is and how he escaped Jamaica's life-threatening environment to become the UFC champion of the world. Edwards was born in Kingston, Jamaica, where he lived in a one-bedroom wooden shack with a zinc roof in a poor part of the city with his parents and brother. Leon told ESPN that as a kid growing up in Jamaica, all he saw was crime, killing, shooting, drugs, and poverty, day in and day out. Although he has never seen someone get shot before him, he's seen people who were hit with bullets running to get away. Edwards' father was involved in nefarious activities which he found as a way to provide for his family, while his mother worked multiple jobs to help keep the family afloat. Eventually, his father moved his family to England, but life in the new country turned from bad to worse when Leon's father was killed. A transformative moment came at 17 when Edwards' mother spotted an MMA gym while they were waiting for a bus together. The Jamaican fighter revealed that turning his energy to this sport saved him from gang life on the streets. Starting to train MMA at 17 is relatively late. Growing and developing as an athlete in such a short period and becoming an elite fighter like him is only admirable and shows how talented Leon truly is. Although Leon Edwards is known for his striking superiority, he won his first MMA fight in 2010 by submission via armbar against Carl Booth. In 2011, Leon signed with a local MMA organization, Fight UK MMA, where he won his 2 bouts. However, in his next bout against Delroy McDowell, Edwards took some advice from Peter Yan's book and delivered a vicious illegal knee that hurt the opponent badly.
And with the cardio the way it is,
the referee waved the fight off, causing the Jamaican fighter his first professional loss via disqualification. He quickly returned to action, beating Craig White on the judges' scorecards before siding with the BAMMA organization. Fighting in this organization, he went on a 5-fight winning streak, finishing all of his opponents before the final bell. During his stint with BAMMA, he fought for the welterweight title against Wayne Murray. Wayne tried to take the fight to the ground where he thought he had the advantage, but Leon managed to reverse the position and take his back. Rocky stood on his back like a backpack and patiently worked his way to the submission, eventually submitting the opponent via rear naked choke.
It's tapped! Wow. Oh my goodness! That was a shot!
In his first and only title defense, Edwards faced Sean Taylor, who gave him a competitive first 2 rounds.
Surprise everyone as it unfolds. Oh, Edwards with one big punch knockout power. Oh!
The left leg!
Before getting knocked out in the third. Leon threw a perfect 1-2 combo that landed clean, knocking Sean out and retaining his BAMMA title before moving on to the UFC. Leon's debut in the best MMA organization wasn't a walk in the park, and he started his UFC career with a controversial loss. He was scheduled to fight Claudio Silva, the high-level Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, in his native Brazil.
nice clever about Rocky Edwards. Mentally, you feel like
the fight was very close, but the judges gave the victory to the home fighter. Nevertheless, Leon quickly put this loss behind him and returned to action against Seth Basinski, a fighter with notable victories against UFC elites like Matt Brown and Neil Magny. The fight took place in Krakow, Poland, and Leon was determined to conquer the city faster than the Germans did in World War II. Sure enough, Rocky scored one of the fastest knockouts in UFC history by knocking Basinski out in only 8 seconds. In the same year of 2015, Edwards fought against the Polish fighter Paweł Pawlak, who held a record of 11-1 up to that point. The Jamaican English fighter was superior in the striking, clinch, and grappling exchanges and won the fight unanimously. And then in the next bout, Leon faced, for the first time, Kamaru Usman, the future champion and one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time.
We already knew he was the best in the world at 170 pounds. Affirmation tonight. And with Khabib Nurmagomedov retired, Johnny Bones hasn't.
The African fighter was too much for the young Edwards to handle and caused him his second loss in the organization, edging him on the judges' scorecards.
The middle. Immediate clinch by Usman. Let's see what.
As Conor McGregor would like to say, Usman used the butt-sniffing technique, repeatedly taking Edwards down and winning the rounds to the unanimous decision.
Look at this. Look at this, though. Look at this.
Oh, he's got that's in there.
No, side control. He's okay.
Yeah.
Posed his will, didn't he?
Yeah, and here's the takedown again. As the rounds went on, the takedowns came easier.
This was the year that the Jamaican fighter lost for the last time before going on a fantastic run, beating everyone the UFC had put in front of him.
Changes levels. Nice.
Edwards returned to action in May 2016, scoring a dominant, unanimous decision victory against Dominic Waters.
And here's Edwards with the beautiful Oso to guard. Good position there. Nice head kick from the southpaw Edwards. And then right off the clinch, beautiful knee to the body that hurt.
Before being scheduled against Albert Tumanov, a former amateur boxer and two-time ACA welterweight champion. Since both fighters are primarily strikers, they had two competitive rounds of stand-up exchange.
The fight Brian referring to, the loss to Gunnar Nelson. Let's see if he can repeat them. Let's see if he can continue to put Tumanov on his back here.
In the third, Albert landed a middle kick, which was intercepted by Leon, who went for a single-leg takedown.
Or he could be thinking, hey, what am I...
The Russian tried to defend, but Edwards was consistent and managed to take him down, where he immediately attempted to take his back. After securing the rear naked choke, the Jamaican fighter squeezed like a boa constrictor, forcing the Russian to tap.
Edwards by submission!
As time passed, Edwards became a complete martial artist who developed superior submission skills and the ability to defend himself well on the ground. He would defend the opponent's takedowns and pick them apart on the feet with great striking combos. He had a very cautious and intelligent approach in his fights, and he proved that against Vicente Luque, the BJJ and Luta Livre black belt, and one of the most decorated finishers in the division.
Are landing very close
here. He's going to drop down. Look at this. Beautiful takedown by Luque.
Oh, lovely work there from Vicente.
The Brazilian had a good first round, but Edwards started to get his momentum as the fight went on.
Eyes wide open. Oh, a beautiful body kick setter.
Edwards is cooler than the other side of the pillow.
Oh, nice takedown.
Luque knew that his best way to win was to stick himself to Rocky as a leech on prey, where he would deprive him of implementing a striking game.
Oh,
it's a huge body shot.
Goodness.
Luque is slowed here, Dan.
However, Edwards defended well, kept reversing the positions, and won the fight unanimously after displaying sharp striking and solid grappling in the second and third.
Together to get his forearm under the chin. Rocky Edwards!
In his next bout, the Jamaican fighter faced Brian Barberena, the fighter who derailed the Sage Northcutt hype train. Edwards was a superior fighter overall, winning the striking and grappling exchanges.
Tonight, but he will definitely be trying to.
Oh, powerful low kick by Leon Edwards. There was an interesting call from John Crouch there. If I heard him right, he said, watch out for the...
He almost finished Barberena via rear naked choke, but it appeared as if the American had an extra oxygen bottle and refused to tap.
Barberena got 5 seconds left for Ed.
Nevertheless, Leon edged him on the scorecards, winning a unanimous decision. In his next bout against Peter Sabota, the dangerous finisher and BJJ black belt, once again, Leon reminded everyone that he possesses the ability to finish fights.
We really used to sort of champion this game, but he's just been caught by a big right hand.
Rocky kept tagging Sabata with strikes throughout the fight and punished him with ground and pound punches on the canvas.
The real welterweight contender from the UK. Still, I feel like both of these guys want to steal some of that thunder.
In the closing seconds of the fight, Peter found himself in a defensive turtle position and could not escape.
Forearm under the chin of Sabata, but he's thudding in these shots.
Although only 1 second remained in the fight, the referee decided to jump in and save Sabata from absorbing any unnecessary damage.
I believe Leon Edwards just got a TKO finish.
Leon Rocky Edwards!
In a headlining event in Kelang, Singapore on June 23, 2018, the Jamaican fighter showed his completeness and fighting superiority, convincingly defeating the UFC legend Donald Cowboy Cerrone.
In the first round. That kick will take. Oh, that's it. It's over. It's over.
Oh, huge shot by Cerrone. Donald Cerrone.
Look at this. Boom to the body, the head, and then a high kick.
Although the Cowboy is an elite athlete with tons of MMA experience in his pocket,
I think the knee got through. Nice elbow.
Enough tonight. He really needs to make a statement here.
Cowboy with
How debilitating that is for an adult. It'll put some perspective there for you.
good head position.
Leon dominated him throughout the fight and earned the unanimous decision victory.
Again with the body kick.
Nice flurry there.
His feelings towards him, shall we say. Cowboy started strong. He's starting to find his way back into the pin of Leon Edwards. But it's the elbows breaking the clinch that are really affecting Cowboy.
On the judges' scorecards. Here they go. Hold on. Wash your head. And that is the end of the contest. And after all of that, they embraced.
The following year, he was scheduled to fight the grappling wizard Gunnar Nelson in London, a dangerous fighter who can submit anyone.
Mission here, John. Very dangerous. There's the guillotine attack. That's very tight.
Edwards defended well against the superior grappler and kept tagging him with strikes in the stand-up exchange.
Control what their fighter's ego will want.
I was going to say, I didn't.
The Icelandic fighter tried to implement his game by taking Leon down and hunting him with submissions.
And now this is the slow progress and finish the fight in the mount. I mean, props to Gunnar.
However, the Jamaican was able to escape from those positions.
Whole thing on his head. He's gone right. I wonder.
Edwards told me, he said, we haven't seen.
And edged Gunnar on the scorecards, winning a split decision victory. Shortly after the fight, the street fighter Jorge Masvidal went after Edwards and attacked him backstage unprepared. The Jamaican suffered a minor injury, and ever since, he has wanted to face Masvidal in the octagon to settle the score. Although this fight never capitalized up to this point, we can never know what the future will bring. During the same year, Leon fought the Brazilian legend and former champion Rafael dos Anjos. Dos Anjos is known for his toughness and aggressiveness.
Cowboy is in all kinds of trouble. Oh my goodness, they're stopping it. Wow. Power kick to the body, landed hard, and then looks that straight left, the right hand.
However, Leon was able to neutralize his opponent with counter strikes and elbows whenever the Brazilian closed the distance.
All right, when you try to come into the pocket, he fires it over. Big left hand from Edwards.
Edwards was the sharper fighter on the feet.
Bad from Leon Edwards. Yeah, he's cutting up RDA.
And scored a unanimous decision victory over the UFC veteran. After almost 2 years of layoff due to the pandemic in 2020, Edwards was finally scheduled to return to action, this time against Belal Muhammad, the rising contender, who was on a 4-fight winning streak.
Debilitating for Dodger Montano. Good ground and pound here from Muhammad.
Belal is a good grappler who uses his wrestling credentials as the primary tool to neutralize his opponents. However, his grappling skills were almost useless against Rocky, who kept the pressure and picked Belal apart with striking combos.
Been in Las Vegas. Oh! Head kick. Wow, to put a lot of people down. Stiff 1-2 for Leon.
This bout had an unfortunate end when Leon accidentally poked Muhammad in the eye, causing him unbearable pain that made him unable to continue. The fight was ruled a no contest, and both fighters went home frustrated with the result. In his next fight, Leon Edwards faced one of the biggest stars in the UFC, Nate Diaz.
Now it's all Diaz. Maynard
Nice right hook to the head. Oh, good combination by Nate. Here is the he tagged him. With a good one there. He tagged him.
The Stockton native was a tough pill to swallow, and he proved that in the 5th round of their bout.
Body shot from Diaz, and then some nice head movement from Nate as well. Tires, the official tire.
Oh, good shot by Nate.
Leon was dominating Nate throughout the fight, winning every round on the scorecards, and Diaz had nothing for Leon that could cause him trouble.
Turned it into something complicated.
Oh boy, nice elbow there from Leon.
It was like that up until the last 2 minutes of the 5th round, when out of nowhere, the Stockton native landed a clean straight right to Leon's chin, wobbling the Jamaican and forcing him into a defensive mode. Nate went in for the kill, trying to finish Leon at the closing minute of the fight. However, they don't call him Rocky for nothing. Edwards showed a big heart and determination to win the contest, surviving the storm that Nate caused and earning another unanimous decision victory. After winning 9 fights in a row, Leon Edwards was finally given a shot at the title and a score to settle against the undisputed champion, Kamaru Usman.
Looks like you lost another one.
On August 20th, 2022, Leon Edwards met the pound-for-pound #1 fighter at the time, Kamaru Usman. Considering that these two fighters had already met in the past, and Kamaru had become even better, not many people were giving Edwards a chance to win. Sure enough, it looked like he was the underdog for a reason when Kamaru mixed his superior wrestling and pressure against the cage to neutralize Leon's attacks.
Switch stances, but he prefers to fight out of that southpaw stance.
The Nigerian Nightmare was attacking Leon from the clinch.
Well, the fact that Edwards defended that is a very big moment for him.
Taking him down at will, and he was winning the first 3 rounds on the judges' scorecards.
You see Kamaru throw the uppercut. Beautiful, and then body shot or left hook right around there. Beautiful outside leg kick, low calf. Usman, that pressure of Usman is starting to wear on.
Leon threw a 1-2 combination for 5 rounds, and Usman defended it well.
Now you got a straight jab. Left hand by Edwards.
Each time Leon threw that combo, the champ would duck to his right side to avoid the left cross, since the challenger is a southpaw fighter.
Kick has been there all night for Edwards.
Leon saw that, and finally in the 5th round, he threw the right jab, faked the left cross while the champ ducked to his right to defend it, and then Leon threw a precisely calculated high kick that put Kamaru to sleep.
He's showing him the left. Oh, and a perfect left high kick.
That was anything but a lucky shot. That was an excellently calculated kick, meant to knock his opponent out. The current champ, Leon Edwards, showed everyone that he could end the fight at any given moment and deserves all the respect. March 18th, 2023, the two were set for a rematch to settle the score and determine who was the better fighter. Although Usman was the betting favorite again, this time Leon outclassed him in a 5-round fight while displaying a masterpiece of a performance.
Which I thought was a great answer. Toughest sport on the planet, and sometimes you get hurt, but you go.
The Jamaican fighter was now ready for Usman's takedowns and knew how to defend them.
Takedown 1, you can start to really maybe play on the mind of Kamaru.
The butt-sniffing techniques did not work against Leon anymore.
In that game, this is where you end up potentially on your back. Leon's going to catch up to Rocky. It's going to be based on Rocky fatiguing.
His striking was sharp as always.
For Edwards, and as you say, much of a submission offense.
A lazy right hook from Usman.
And Edwards was the better fighter overall.
Brutal body kick, just on the belt line there for Kamaru. And then Leon fires back, lands a nice left hand. This is heating.
Earning a majority decision victory. With this victory, Rocky successfully defended his belt for the first time and will try to defend it for as long as possible.
Basinski.
From the early struggle on the streets of Jamaica, overcoming hardships and emotions, to climbing to the top of the UFC food chain, Leon wrote a life story that would inspire future generations. And what do you guys think? Do you believe Leon will remain the champ for a long time? Who do you think he should defend his title against next? Leave your thoughts in the comments. And if you like to watch more content like this, please make sure you like and subscribe.